Alright, so I do have this. I should light it first. How do I light it? I don't have a, Dang it. Alright, well, I gotta leave. I don't have anything to light this with. That guy's gonna be, getting his shoe shined forever. Alright, so I have this glove. So let me go talk to the Kate. And let me open up my Dr. Pepper here. Alright, so let's try using this on the cask. The glove is quite rough. I hope my hand doesn't slip when I open the spigot. Alright, I've managed to loosen the spigot. If I want to access the contents of the cask, I just need to open it gently. Okay. That looks like some nasty wine. What type of wine is this? Is that white wine? It looks brown. Ugh. Alright. Here you go. Wine? I was hoping for something stronger. I am sorry, it is all that I could get. Ah, well, if there's nothing else. Damn it. Did it not suit your taste? Are you kidding? It's delicious. Where did this wine come from? One of the casks at the entrance of the tavern. Good to know. I'll keep the glass. Now I know where to get supplies. All right, Mr. Moore. I'll tell you everything I know about that woman with your friend. She's none other than Beatrice Shaw. Beatrice Shaw? The medium? Exactly. Beatrice Shaw is quite the celebrity. All of London knows her. Except that barman, apparently. Bert? He's an idiot. Doesn't know a thing. Beatrice Shaw? That lady gives me the creeps. She talks to the dead. Did you know that? She's so popular, it's said that the late Queen Victoria summoned her to the palace. She wanted to communicate with her father, the Duke of Kent, in the afterlife. These things make my skin crawl. Beatrice Shaw. What was the professor doing with her? He hates all those charlatans. Ask her yourself. She's got a show at the Westmore Theater. I think I will be on my way then. Thank you very much for your help, Miss Kate. Hope to see you here more often, Mr. Moore. With money, of course. You know what I mean. Certainly. Next time I'll treat you to another drink. Mr. Moore doesn't quite know what I mean. He's oblivious. Oblivious. Ah, good old Dr. Peppers. But I'm out. It's my last can. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Yeah, I think I can get on board with the zero sugar Dr. Pepper. It's not as good as the regular, but it's pretty good. Hey, Matt Newey. Alright, we are going to... We gotta go to this theater. Westmore Theater. Statements by supposed scientists supporting Beatrice Shaw's psychic abilities. I do not know any of them. They are probably false names. Beatrice Shaw's Phantasmagoria. Witness the incredible. Listen to the afterlife. A Richard Westmore exclusive. The scientific community would take supernatural matters seriously if it weren't for these frivolous spectacles. No, well, I could go to Walmart's, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna, well, probably go to the Targets. Because it's cheaper. Well, does somebody just poop? No. Good. Whatever. I gotta talk to this guy. Excuse me. Sir? I would like to see the... Miss Shaw? Miss Shaw. I'm afraid that is not possible, sir. The performance is about to end, and all the tickets for the next show are already sold out. I do not think I have made myself clear. I am not interested in the show. I want to speak with her. Miss Shaw doesn't talk to the press. I'm not a journalist. An admirer? Not exactly. Doesn't matter who you are. Miss Shaw does not speak with anyone. Oh boy. Of course, nothing is ever easy. Does she really speak with the dead? Oh, yes, sir. Her psychic powers allow her to communicate with the departed. It's chilling, yet fascinating. Do you truly believe she has powers? It's well known throughout London that she does. Just because everyone believes it doesn't mean it's true. Well, sir, that is your opinion. I'll have you know that she was summoned by Queen Victoria, and rumor has it our sovereign was quite pleased with the encounter. Tell me, do you think the Queen was duped, as you suspect? Are you suggesting the Queen is not intelligent enough to detect a hoax? I won't stand for your besmirching the crown in such a manner, sir. I have said nothing about the Queen. You are the one inferring it all. Oh boy. If all the claims about Shaw were true, it would be a great step forward in science. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Several scientists have certified Miss Shaw's psychic powers. Who has? You'll find statements from several of them on that poster to the left. It seems Miss Shaw knows how to advertise her shows very well. As it likewise seems that certain scientists have no qualms about selling their dignity. They do not. Hold on, I gotta check. I keep thinking I smell it. Joy's like, it wasn't me, Mommy. I've been sitting here the whole time. No, I don't see it. I'm gonna spray, though. Sorry, boo-boo. What? Stop it, Ma. It smells bad. Okay. Regarding Miss Shaw's powers, I'm sorry, I am not going to engage in a scientific debate with you, sir. Fine. I urgently need to speak with Miss Shaw. I'll tell you again, sir. Miss Shaw does not speak with anyone. Especially not with strangers. She is a private person. Well, can you tell her that Patrick Moore wants to speak with her? Who is Patrick Moore? You? Yes. I'm sorry to say that I have no contact with her. I'm only in charge of ensuring that no one tries to enter the theater once the show has started. Good afternoon, then. Good afternoon, sir. Alright, so let's go look at this again. Statements by supposed scientists supporting Beatrice Shaw's psychic abilities. I do not know any of them. They are probably false names. Well, same thing. Well, I don't think I'm getting in here. What is this metaphysic glossary? A port. Seance by the medium William Roberts in 1905. What's a port? A port, phenomenon consisting of the spontaneous appearance of objects without logical explanation. They are usually objects with a high metallic component, such as watches, rings, necklaces, or bracelets. Researcher Frederick Hedinger argues that metal is the only element that can materialize with some consistency from the spiritual world. In the photograph, a ring materialized during a spiritism session. Bloomsbury, 1901. Oh, okay, but... Ectoplasm! I told you this is Ghostbusters. Ectoplasm, the materialization of spiritual energy emanating from a medium's body. Usually appearing as a white vaporous substance, it can take on forms of deceased individuals or objects based on the medium's abilities. In the photograph, French medium Camille Durand expels ectoplasm from her mouth. At other times, the substance emanated from ears or nostrils. Okay, I guess. Haunting. Phenomena involving object movements without apparent cause, unexplained noises, or manifestations defying rational explanation. These occurrences are linked to specific locations, often buildings where past tragedies may have taken place. Alright. Ghost, metaphysics, poltergeist. What is a poltergeist? A German word meaning goblin or mischievous spirit. A phenomenon that consists of the movement, displacement, or levitation of objects accompanied by sounds, knocks, or other inexplicable stimuli. These acts are often erroneously attributed to ghosts, but although there is some correlation between them, it is still unknown what or who generates them. Recent studies suggest that living people with certain spiritual sensitivity may unconsciously provoke them. No, whatever. Ectoplasm out of their butts. Well, probably out of their mouths. Okay, so what do I got here? I don't think this guy's gonna let me in. Let's see. Keep it to yourself, sir. I am not allowed to accept anything. Damn. He made it sound like I was trying to do something lewd. Alright, well, where am I going now? Let's see. Can I use this anywhere? I can't do that. I don't think that's a good idea. Alright, so this is the wrong place. I don't know. I need something to be able to light. I need some fires. I need to light this thing. There's no fires anywhere. Patrick Moore's house. Alright, let's go back. Hello again, little Tim. Tim, of course. Let's see. You are well informed about everything happening in London. That's my job. I try to read the most attention-grabbing stories in each edition so I can shout them at the top of my lungs and get the customer's attention. And not just from the London news I'm selling, but from the competition, too. You are quite the professional. Alright, that's it. I have to go now, Tim. Have a good day, Mr. Moore. Well, why? The poster wasn't gonna give me anything. Let's go look. This poster? Listen to that. A Richard Westmore exclusive. That's not gonna do anything here. There may be a reason for it, but I can't quite see it. I did it, and it's not giving me anything. See? It just says statements. I should approach this differently. Keep it to yourself, sir. Yeah. I'm tired of carrying this large frame around. I'll get rid of it, but keep my photograph. Why? Why did you all of a sudden just decide he was gonna keep the photograph and get rid of the frame? Wait, what was that photograph anyways? During courtship, Rose wanted a keepsake of Patrick for when he was away. It was her first Valentine's Day gift. Oh, that's my own picture. Oh. I will discard that idea. Let's see. This one. Alright. I'm gonna go. Maybe there's something I haven't grabbed here. All windows are boarded up. Can't see anything. I can't see a thing. I cannot conduct an investigation under these conditions. I know. Where do I get something to light this oil lamp? Wait, maybe I can go... Hold on. I just need to light somebody. Alright. So let's go to the street. I'm trying to think of places that actually had, like, fire or anything. Were there any candles? Aha, there's a candle up there. Oh, it's you. Welcome. Oh, no. It won't work. But it's a candle. Come on, just let me light it. Maybe somebody at the bar has a light. I don't need anything from her. That's a pity. Probably. There's a candle there, too. Oh, yeah. I should show him something more interesting than that. Something more interesting, you say? Oh. What? Yeah, I went there. It's the theater. Look. The theater. This is Patrick Moore's. Yes, but I don't have a new area. Entry is prohibited once the show is commenced, sir. Sorry to bother you again. Sir? Is there any way I can speak to Miss Shaw? I can't do anything for you unless Mr. Westmore, the theater owner, instructs me to. All right, where can I find him? No, I wasn't serious, sir. I suppose it will be more productive to speak directly with him than to keep going in circles with you. I mean no offense. None taken. No offense taken, sir. If you feel like wasting your time, I can tell you where he is right now. Yes, please. Mr. Westmore usually spends his evenings at the BASS headquarters, the British Association of Supernatural Studies. I have here a matchbox from the headquarters. The address is on the cover. It fell on the puddle. I apologize for my clumsiness, sir. I'll just, Oh, no, that's quite all right. I again apologize for my clumsiness. You can keep the matchbox if you like. But now it's all wet! I know where the association headquarters are. But thanks for the matchbox. I guess. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Alright, but now I got wet matches. Damn it.
Inform the members of the association that I would have gladly remained for the session, Carson. However, I have presiding matters to attend to.
As you wish, sir. Is there anything else you require, Doctor?
That will be all, Carson. Please proceed to the salon. Don't worry about me.
Have a pleasant afternoon, Dr. Stone.
Until tomorrow, Carson. Professor Moore!
Dr. Stone, what is the meaning of this provocation?
Are you not ashamed to come here?
What? What do you mean?
You know perfectly well what I mean.
Ah, oh dear. That blasted article, isn't it?
You and your colleague, Professor Ward, ridiculed this institution.
No, it wasn't exactly like that. The editor of the Gazette of the Society for Psychic Research in London commissioned us to write an article about the role of the BASS. I regret that we prioritized honesty over moderation.
The language employed in that article was defamatory.
If it is of any consolation, we should not have signed that article. It was not our intention to antagonize you.
Excuses! Allow me to cite verbatim. Any purported witness with a minimally coherent tale could pass through the scant filters of the BASS and augment its causative archive.
Indeed. However,
the BASS proudly presents an extensive catalog of visual material which does not substantiate the existence of an afterlife but rather illuminates the naivety of its members. You've made a mockery of us in the eyes of the public. We have endured enough of deniers of spiritualism and skeptical journalists. Goodness me, you appear to be aligned with them. However, if it is of no consequence, you know what? We were contemplating legal recourse against you for defamation. But after Professor Ward's scandal, I expect it will not be necessary. The credibility of both Nelson Ward and yourself is now in tatters. I am unsure of your purpose in coming here, but I hope you receive the reception you rightly deserve. That is, to be kicked out of here. Good afternoon.
Dang, man. He got pissed. All right. Good afternoon, sir. How may I assist you?
Well, my name is Patrick Moore.
Is Mr. Westmore present?
Yes, sir.
May I speak with him?
He is occupied at the moment. The members of the association will soon begin a seance. Mr. Westmore will lead it. Please, tell him Professor Moore would like to speak with him. As I mentioned, he is occupied. The preparations for a seance must be done carefully. Please return later once the seance is over.
Well, how long will the seance last?
I could not say. Some have taken 20 minutes and others 5 hours.
5 hours?
Indeed, sir.
Well, may I enter the salon?
Only members of the British Association of Supernatural Studies are allowed in the salon.
Well, I am a member of the BASS.
No, you are not, sir.
How can I become a member of the BASS?
Through the recommendation of another member, sir.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome, sir. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to proofread the latest issue of the association's newsletter before it goes to press. It would be troublesome if I missed a typo. Believe me when I say that a typo is the least of the problems in the association's newsletter. I beg your pardon. Nothing. God. Alright, well, time to look around. Copy of the book Treatise on Primordial Fear. Really? It is a myth, an invention. The association displays it as if it were real.
Wasn't that the book from Nightmare Frames? I think it was.
Those are photographs of all the members who belong to the BASS.
Looks like there's a ghost on there.
That is not a ghost, not even a human person. It's a scale lithograph of Gustave Doré's Saint John. Disgraceful. A crude montage. The ghost has been added using the double exposure technique. They even left space between those two people to center it in the frame. Huh?
Oh.
Dozens of the number 17 issue of the British Association of Supernatural Studies newsletter. It contains articles with erroneous data, false information, and fabricated cases. What a waste of paper. The British Perforated Paper Company would have put it to better use. Gentlemen. Is everything all right, Carson? You called? No one has called for you. I thought I heard. My apologies for the interruption.
So I'm gonna have to get him out of here for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what that reason is, though.
The emblem of the BASS. The Latin phrase would translate as in search of truth. From here I can see the Tower Bridge and the bustling port activity of the Thames. My reputation here is already bad enough to be accused of theft as well.
Okay. Well, let's ring that bell again and then grab his umbrella.
Again?
What? Come on, he's not even in there.
Carson will see me enter and ask me to leave the room.
Damn it. There's nothing on the desk.
I have the association's motto framed. The veracity of the phenomenon is based on the accounts of the witnesses. For this reason, depictions of both a 9th century peasant and the Three Musketeers are included in its catalogue of casuistry, or casuistry.
I don't know what that word is. Alright, well... How do I dry off these matches?
The box is so wet that it's falling apart in my pockets. I'll get rid of it.
Okay, but now I got a wet match.
There is only one match inside, and it's wet. I do not think it will light.
So how do I dry off a wet match? I think I'll need come back. Alright, so... Wet match. Because I can't do anything! Look. Why is the symbol look like a banana peel? The symbol of the society looks like a banana peel. The emblem. I don't know what to do. There's nothing to do here. Look, I have him go in the other room. Oh, that's right. There. I would have to take down the portrait, remove the photograph, place mine, hide the photograph I've taken, and put the portrait back on the wall. I don't think I have enough time before Carson returns. I must think of something that won't take so long. Alright, yeah. Alright, so that didn't work. See? It didn't work. I gotta find another, I'll place my photograph on top of Professor Moore's caricature. There. This guy is like dense. Have them a gentleman called. Not now, Carson. The seance is about to begin. Do not interrupt us again. My apologies. Admiring the photographs, sir. Well, I was looking for myself in them. There I am, third from the left in the third row. What? Let me see. Indeed, it's you, Alistair Ainsworth. How peculiar, I could have sworn. I recall your name being Patrick Moore, and that you were not a member of this association. Alistair Patrick Ainsworth Moore. That is my full name. And naturally, I am a member. May I enter the salon now, Carson? Yes, I suppose. Yes. Thank you very much. You can return to your duties. For humble mortals gathered in the darkness, we light the path through the veil. Follow the path to the light and make contact with us. Ludwig von Beethoven, honor us with your presence. Beethoven was deaf, Westmore. Do you think he will hear us from the beyond? Silence! Stay focused! Oh, Ludwig von Beethoven, we beseech you to tear the veil that separates our realities. All right. I suppose I'll have to be patient. Westmore needs everyone else focused on this charade. Pierce the darkness, making your way through the thin line between life and death. Reveal yourself! If you wish to communicate with the world of the living, show yourself! If, on the other hand, you do not wish to be disturbed, delight us with your music, and we will cease this invocation. O Ludwig van Beethoven, we beseech you to tear the veil that separates our realities. Okay, is this going to, end? Should I play some music or something? I think I have to do something to stop this. Play your music. So I think I need to play some type of, but I don't have anything. It's charade. Charade. Charade is English. Charade is French. Whatever. It would be better to wait until the seance is over. Fine. French. Yes, it's French. Okay, so I need to play music. And I don't have, a portable music player, so what the heck am I supposed to do? Alright, well, that's as far as I'm getting here. I wasn't gonna do it. I mean, I was just a little curious. Could I do it? But I can't, so I wasn't gonna do it. Whatever. Look, it looks like a banana. A banana peel. Let's see. University. Look. I'm innocent, I tell you. I tells you I'm innocent. Alright, well, he finally got that down.
Mr. Cook managed to remove the professor's portrait. Are you feeling any better, Collins? No, Professor Moore. It's like I'm short of breath. You should try to relax. Is that even possible? Exams are coming up, and so is the Christmas concert. I know, but try to calm down. You are far too young to have a heart attack. Why don't you go to the Christmas concert in my place, Professor Moore? I know how to play the flute. Some Mozart, Beethoven. Oh. But the musicians at the concert are the students, not the teachers.
Alright, I need his flute. Because that's how I'm gonna do this. Look. The scientist in Half-Life would have understood. You know why? Because he's a scientist. And I had to use the axe on him for science. Alright,
Have you thought about seeing a specialist? What do you mean? You have all the symptoms of an anxiety attack. Take this. This person could help you. A loony doctor? A psychologist. A loony doctor. No, a psychologist. You have told us about Freud. What if he tells me I'm a victim of frustrated sexuality? We are in England, son. The birthplace of sexual frustration. But yours is simply stress from overwork. Trust me and seek the help of a specialist. After the session, you will blow that flute so hard that the string musicians will have to make a superhuman effort just to be heard. I'll listen to you, Professor, and I will go now. Would you mind holding onto the flute for me? Of course. Here you go.
Alright, we got the flute. I just stumbled on this. I want you to know. You must all be given to know that I do not have a printed out strategy guide here. Because there is none. So. Alright. Stumbling to success. I don't. I would take a picture of my desk and show you. I do not. I swear to God. Oh my God. Because that was not like me. To actually figure it out like that was so unlike me, but I did it. And I'm very proud of myself. It's very suspicious. Alright. I know you are.
I hope to hit the right notes of the Fifth Symphony. Oh! The spirit of Ludwig von Beethoven has manifested itself. And if his desire is not to be disturbed, so be it. Let us thank him for his kindness and consider the session closed. The lights may now be turned on. Carson? A success, gentlemen, isn't it? A success! Certainly, Westmore. The very Beethoven himself. It's a pity he wasn't very receptive. So, if it's all right with you, we can take a break and try again later. Sounds good to me. I second that motion. It'll be a long wait, but it will be worth it. So be it.
Alright, a bunch of people to talk to. Alright, but what I'm going to do first here is go to options and make the text speed slow. And then, no. And, alright, just so I don't miss anything.
Clive Beaumont. Outdated attire, the appearance of a university professor. I would say you were Professor Moore. But Professor Moore would be too ashamed to come to this institution after what he wrote about us. So you must not be he. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I am Professor Moore. I have come to ask Mr. Westmore a favor. Well, I hope he doesn't grant it. Good afternoon.
Did you know that if one stares into the mirror for half an hour, your face seems familiar? You are Professor Moore. You should not be here. This salon is for the private use of BASS members. We make exceptions from time to time, but not for those who seek to denigrate this association. I come in peace. And are you here to admit that your words about this prestigious association were out of line? Yes?
I believe I made a mistake, yes.
Well, it's a start. But do not think that we will forget this matter so easily.
What did you say about the mirror?
Are you aware of Dr. Frank Carroll's discovery?
No.
The doctor argues that if you stare into a mirror for 3 to 4 hours, the image it reflects is what you will look like in about a decade. Though I know you will disagree, of course. I would not like to disappoint you, so I would agree with that. Dr. Frank Carroll?
No, with you, when you say I won't agree with what Dr. Carroll claims. I need to speak with Mr. Westmore. If you'll excuse me.
A new member? Excellent. What's your name, young man?
Alistair,
Can't recall.
You can just call me Alistair.
You may address me as Mr. Walpole.
I believe you have tried to invoke Beethoven.
That is correct. And I think it was a waste of time.
Yes, I could not agree more.
I don't care for his music. I would have preferred to summon Mozart.
It has been a pleasure.
Likewise, Alistair. Summoning circle. Let's go look at all this other stuff first. Ooh, candles.
They're scented candles.
These type of candles make spiritual energies manifest more intensely.
Who made such a claim?
Don't you know? You should read more. I wonder if I can use it too.
I could try it by holding it near the candle flames. Although the matchstick is so damp, I would have to hold it for several minutes. And I don't want to burn my fingers.
Dang it. Well, it was an idea. Radiator.
A Bundy Elite radiator manufactured by the American Radiator Company. The heat it gives off makes it hard for me to go out into the cold, foggy streets of London.
But it would be really good for lighting a match. Oh. Yeah. Hold on a second. Nothing. Auntie Nay was asking if I have a Keurig machine, which I do, but we were just about to trash it because it's old and it's dirty, and we were gonna get a new one. So I have a feeling she's trying to get rid of one. So we'll see. I might be getting a new one. Yeah. I will leave the match on the radiator for a while. Hopefully the moisture in it will evaporate. I think it's ready now. Yes, we can finally get into that basement now. Alright, let's talk, well, let's look at this and then talk to Whitmore. Try to stay away from the summoning circle. It still holds spiritual energy that we will need. I'm fine. What's this library? I see several scientific essays on preternatural topics. Although the library is mostly stocked with gothic horror novels. As far as I know, oh, she says they got K-cup. They got rid of theirs too, and they have extra K-cups. Hold on. Never mind. I don't know what to do with the K-cups. Mr. Westmore. Well, well. I see Carson has lost his watchdog faculties. What brings you here, Professor Moore? Well, I need to enter your theater. Which one? I own theaters all over London. The Westmore Theater. It's quite simple. Buy a ticket and enter. Is that why you came here? I need to talk to Beatrice Shaw. It is of a vital importance. Oh, Beatrice. She's quite the sensation all over London. I did not take you for an admirer, Miss Shaw. Or do you also want to discredit her as you attempted to do with us? It's a personal matter. In that case, wait for her after the second performance tonight. Carriage always waits her at the rear exit. If you're lucky, you could catch her in a good mood and she might speak with you. I don't have that much time. I thought that... I think I understand what's going on here. You have come to me so you can access Miss Shaw's dressing room to meet her, and I don't know what you want to discuss with her. And to tell you the truth, I don't care either. Am I correct? Yes. That's why I'm here. You know something, Professor Moore? We've just had a successful seance, so I'm in a good mood. I can give you what you want. I would be very grateful. It won't be that easy, Professor Moore. You'll have to earn it. How about a bet? A bet? Never underestimate a good bet. I owe part of my fortune to them. All right. What's the wager? First of all, let's set the playing field. You know what I'm putting up. I will grant you access to my theater's dressing rooms for your meeting with Miss Shaw. What is at stake for you? If it's money, I forget about money. I'm one of the wealthiest men in England. I would ask you to wager a public apology in a national medium. But I know you're a man of convictions and wouldn't do it. Although I won't say no to something of value. Show me what you were wagering and I'll explain the bet. Oh boy. Do I have anything to wager? How about, no, can't wager that. Copper wire, notebook. Do you consider that to be of value? Keep it to yourself. Alright, well, I don't think I have anything to wager yet.
I do not want to bother Carson anymore.
Why not? It'd be fun. Alright, so I do have a match, so I can get into the basement. And start searching. Maybe there's something in there. And as for how Mears is doing, she's doing okay. I actually have to call her today and catch up, but it's a slow recovery, unfortunately.
Lit. There's a table on the back wall. It's a good place to put the lamp. A bit more light would be welcome. It's chilly in here. A temperature much lower than one would expect in a place like this. Without a doubt, it's an unmistakable sign of supernatural activity. According to the professor's notebook, the manifestations used to concentrate down here. I should start investigating.
Uh-oh.
I hear footsteps upstairs. They must belong to the other two guards the shoeshine boy mentioned.
Boy! There you are! Was thinking we ain't never checking the basement. Yeah, fancy taking a peek down there. Go on then, off your trot. But you're going solo. Solo? And then? I reckon you got a point. Let's forget about the bloody basement. Smells like a rat died down there. All that stink of damp and... You've heard them noises too, ain't ya? Something proper-eyed going on in this house, Roy. Something sometimes feels like we ain't alone. There's more to it. I've seen things. What have you seen? Did you see that big mirror upstairs? I saw a bleeding shadow in it. It was right behind me. I turned around quick, and there was nothing there. I'm telling you, this is in confidence, alright? Not a word to the boss. I don't want him firing me because he thinks I'm daft. This house don't sit right with me. If it wasn't for needing the cash, I wouldn't be here. Starting to get a little bit twitchy, Roy. Need to get some bleeding fresh air. I'll tag along. Could do with a break from this dump, even if it's just for a few minutes.
A shadow in the mirror. Interesting. Nevertheless, I shouldn't worry about those fellows. They are too frightened to come down here. I can investigate without problem as long as I don't make too much noise. So, let's get on with it. Some of the bottles contain a dark liquid. The others are empty. There is enough space here to leave my research tools.
Alright.
My prototype is not finished yet. I'd need to give it the final touches before I could start my investigation here.
Alright, so what are the final touches?
Through a complex system of electromagnetic pulses, this artifact should increase paranormal activity in a room. It is practically finished. The only thing left to do is to join the two coils together with a wire. Otherwise, it will not work. Oh, well, I do have a wire. It is just what I need to connect the two coils. But it's a very delicate device. The rust on the copper wire could cause a malfunction of the machine. I don't want to take any risks.
Alright, so there's rust on this?
I managed to remove all the rust from the copper wire thanks to the acid. I'll keep the empty flask. I may need it later. Alright, so... the machine should work now. Alright, let's see. I hope it works. Our studies concluded that there is a certain relationship between supernatural manifestations and electromagnetic waves. Right now, the machine is agitating those waves to enhance them. It seems to be working. The temperature has dropped considerably. The next step is to make contact with the entities. As far as I know, Thomas Highmore was the first tenant of the house, and he hanged himself in this very basement. From then on, strange phenomena began. Dear God, I'm so nervous. Here we go. Is anyone there? My name is Patrick Moore. What is yours? Reveal yourself. I don't think this is working. Thomas Highmore, I summon you. Uh-oh. Yes. Thomas Highmore? Is that your name? Two-way communication. Thomas Highmore, I have some questions for you. If you want to say yes, knock. Let me out of here! My machine. Incredible. Concentration of energy has just materialized out of nowhere. It can't be. It is an old rusty clock. And it has materialized in the energy concentration from the ceiling. The supernatural transfer from one place to another is categorized as apport. What I just witnessed was a portal to another dimension. I never thought I'd witness one. There is a date inscribed on the back. 1812. Damn it! Them noises are coming from the basement. Should we go down? Are you daft? There ain't no doubt this house is haunted. Let's tell Tom, and if he wants to go down, he can. Where's he at? Watching the door. I'll tell him to come in running. I think the investigations are over for now. 1812, yep. I still can't believe it. Were they looking for proof of the afterlife? Well, damn it, here it is. And this house. I have no words to express such a discovery. It's the Everest of haunted houses. You lot say that, you idiots. I want to sneak out through the bleeding window, or I managed to sneak out through the bleeding window. So if you've heard noises in the basement, it's 'cause someone slipped in through there. From now on, I want one of you keeping watch out the basement. Pick straws, but if I hear any more ghost stories, I swear I'll kick your arses. Got it? Well, I guess we're not going back in. You're the bloke who wanted to get into the house, ain't ya? I still want to. In fact, I've tried to locate the owner, but I couldn't. You swear you haven't been skulking around a bleeding house? Someone's been inside, and something tells me they were in cahoots with that little bootblack. I hope you're not accusing me of trespassing on private property. No, I ain't saying that. I think. I don't want to see you wandering around here. Got it?
Well, material proofs. Now what do I do with it? Do I go back to Patrick Morris? No, it's my Dorset Street. The university? Let's go to the university. Alright.
What kind of proof do you need to show the board? The tangible kind, of course. Something so conclusive that it would convince the ignoramuses on the board to reconsider their beliefs.
Alright. Alright, here we go. We got proofs.
Henry, take a look at this. A rusty watch? It is not just any old watch. It is an Apor. What? It materialized out of thin air. Are you serious? Where did it happen? In the basement of 34 Benwell Street. A genuine haunted house, Henry. I experienced a wide range of phenomena. Paraphonies, manifestation of spectral energy, bidirectional communication with an entity named Thomas Highmore. Are you serious? Yes, Henry. We have done it. All this you're telling me is fascinating and terrifying. Were you scared? Scared? I've spent my entire adult life waiting to witness something like this, Henry. I was ecstatic. In a situation like that, there is no room for fear. I admire your steadfastness. Let me see the Apor. Good Lord. I never thought I'd have an Apor in my hands. We are privileged, Patrick. I will present it to the board as evidence, of course. It's engraved with a date, 1812. That could be indicative of... Henry? There are so many questions. Where did the watch come from? How many dimensions has it traveled through to appear in the basement of 34 Benwell Street? However, those won't be the questions the skeptics on the board will ask. Take this necklace. Take a good look at it. Much to my dismay, I will play devil's advocate. If I told you it just materialized in that closet, what would you say? Keep it, by the way. It has been there forever. It must have belonged to my predecessor. I know what you mean, and I'm aware that the watch is not conclusive evidence. Although you could ask the board to analyze it. That would give us more time. And hopefully the test will reveal something odd about it. Do you agree? I agree, and I will do so. But what about the results you achieved in the basement? Can you repeat the tests? Yes, thanks to my prototype. But it got smashed, and I left it there. I had to run out of that basement because... oh, never mind. It's a long story. Unfortunately, the board won't accept the Apor as valid evidence. You must return to that house and come back with a sure thing. It will be difficult to gain access to it. Not to mention that I would have to rebuild the electromagnetic field prototype to achieve the same results. And that would take time. Let's not be pessimistic. As I said, I will present the Apor to the board and try to buy you some more time. Try to rebuild the machine, and I'll make sure the entire board is present when you repeat the experiment. Alright, well I got something that looks valuable. A necklace.
A presumably gold necklace with the photograph of an unknown woman.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell this other guy that it's in a pour.
Still entranced by the trophies.
Always.
Have a nice day, Mr. Lee.
You too, Professor Moore. Alright. See if Frank is still here.
Frank?
Oh well, I guess same thing. I thought maybe I could talk to him about the stuff, but no. Alright, so I'm gonna go tell this guy, Mr. Westmore, that this necklace isn't a pour, and then he's gonna, that's what I'm gonna put up for, like, the bet, and we'll see what happens. Alright.
Is this an acceptable wager?
It looks like gold. Ah, I see we speak the same language.
Very well, let's play.
Your article seemed to suggest you knew everything about the BASS, although it only focused on what you considered our mistakes. We also have successes. Did you know that last year we made contact with an illustrious Englishman during a seance? It is a well-known fact. The news appeared in a distinguished London newspaper. It was published a couple of days before the winter solstice. Now, tell me who it was and you'll win the bet.
Is that it?
That's all. Well, do you know who it is?
Let me think.
I will be lenient and give you time to think about it. You do not need to answer me now. Alright, I know exactly what I gotta do. I know exactly what I got to do. This ain't even a hard one. Ladies. It's a pleasure to see you again, sir.
I need information.
You've come to the right place. What topic?
I need information about a seance of the BASS.
It's done, sir.
How long would it take you to provide it?
We're quite busy at the moment, so it could take a couple of days.
That is too long. Isn't there any way to speed up the process?
Not unless you provide us with enough data to find the news quickly.
It would help if you knew the newspaper where the article was published, day, month, and year.
If you provide us with that information, we could locate the news in minutes. Would you like to try?
Yes, why not?
Very well, sir.
Do you know in which newspaper the article you're looking for was published?
Well, it was the Weekly World News. No, I don't know. Could it be the Azul, the Daily Post, the London Evening News? Let's try with the London Evening News. Day and month. Well, didn't he say it was a few days before Christmas? No, I didn't. I'm pretty sure it was December 21st, though.
21st December.
Year? It was last year. What year is it this game in? I don't remember this. Oh, I don't know. 1906.
I'll look it up. Please wait here.
Why are you dying? Couldn't find anything with the information you provided. I'm sorry, sir. Do I gotta go back?
Whatever. Just making shit up.
Mr. Westmore? Yes. Could you repeat the bet question for me?
Time to write it down. Whatever.
Last year, we made a contact with a distinguished Englishman of impeccable reputation during a seance.
Last year. So it was last year. I think it was 1906. Because this is 1907.
Well, do you know who it is? You should know that. The news came out a couple of days before the winter solstice, in a well-known London newspaper.
Okay, winter solstice is the 22nd. So it would have been December 19th.
A well-known London newspaper.
Alright, so he didn't say the name of the newspaper, so I just gotta... what year is this game? I'm pretty sure it's 1907. So...
Welcome back, sir.
Alright, so what is a well-known London newspapers?
Ah, yes. Those are covers of various American newspapers like the National News, the New York Herald, and the Evening Star. We also work with press from other countries, although the delivery day is considerable for obvious reasons.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's not the Evening Star, right? Alright, let's see. Alright, let's give it a go with the Globe, the Observer, the Daily Post, London Journal, maybe.
London Journal.
Day and month. Let's see. December 19th.
19th December.
Year? December 19th. It was a few days before the solstice. December 21st is the winter solstice. So, a few days before the solstice is December 29th. What? Oh. 1906.
I'll look it up.
Oh. So I chose the right paper the first time?
Did you have any luck?
No, sir. There's no news related to the data you provided. So you're saying the evening news? Well, I don't know anymore. All right, man, hold on. There we go. So try the... Could it be the Observer? What? Why are you I'm just gonna go on my phone and be like, what were... Here we go. British newspapers. There we go. British newspapers, 1900. Okay. Daily News. That's probably it. But there is no daily. It's just the Daily Post. Alright, let's see. What were the 19th century newspapers? Aberdeen Journal. Oh, crap. There were a lot of them. I see. Hold on. Why can't they just give me a full list? No. There we go. Damn it. Alright, well that's not working. I don't know which one. There's gotta be a, Alright, so 19th December. I'm just gonna come over there and smack you, and I'm pretty sure this is 1907. There's gotta be some way to find out the names of... Yeah, no, I must smack you. Let's see, the issues of the London News, the Globe, the Observer, and the London Evening News. Okay, so those are all new. I don't know what it is. There's got to be a way to find out if they're more... Hold on. Hold on. Let's go to the theater. No. Alright, we're going back here. There's gotta be something somewhere. What's the motto? Emblem, book. So how come you normally let me just flail and now you're like, no flailing? Shop window. If it exists, we find it. Alright. Let's go through all of them. The snow was very plentiful and crumbs were very few. As the weather beaten sparrow through a mansion window flew. The Globe, day and month. If I go through all of these at 1907 and it's wrong, I am going to come over there and smack you. Not the information you provided, sir. Okay, fine. Now we gotta do it again. No, this is... Yes, Babbly Arms. Daily Post, London Journal. Oh my god, this is not good. The answer has to be somewhere. This is not good gameplay to just go through. Oh, come on. Trial and error. We were just doing so well before. Alright, let's see. Nothing. Nothing. 2 more to go. If neither of them are good, I'ma smack you. So not an idle threat. Alright, let's see. Why does this guy keep saying he's got yellow blood? He's singing about yellow blood. That means he's like a wuss. He's a coward. Where did they even come from? Where are you saying you're yellow? You're a coward. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. Alright. I love you, little yellow bird, but I love my freedom too. So goodbye, little yellow bird. I'd rather brave the cold. Alright, see, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be wrong. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go ask the paper boy. See, all of them were wrong because I'm pretty sure it's. Hold on, let's go talk to the kid. All right, where is the kid? Right here.
Hello again, little Tim.
Tim.
Tim, of course. Can you tell me today's news? I'm looking for a piece of news. I'm looking for a piece of news. I hope you can help me.
What news are you looking for, Mr. Moore?
It's about the British Association of Supernatural Studies. Last year, they allegedly summoned a spirit at a seance. Does that ring a bell?
Actually, I think it does. I don't remember the details, but I know it took up a whole page in the Morning Herald.
The Morning Herald, huh? Do you remember the date when that news was published?
I'm afraid I don't recall the exact date, Mr. Moore.
And do you know who they summoned?
I'm not quite sure about that either, Mr. Moore.
Thank you, Tim.
I hope I've been some help.
So the seance of the supposed summoning appeared in the Morning Herald. Interesting.
What is today's date? Do I have anything that has today's date on it? Let's see. Alright, can you tell me today's news?
Can you tell me today's news?
I'm only doing this because you're a good customer. But don't get used to it. What subject do you want to know about?
Events.
This one will pique your interest, Mr. Moore. They're reporting a ghost sighting at the Tower of London. You should look into that.
Ah, yes, the Tower of London ghost. A hoax perpetrated by a jocular guard.
I wouldn't dismiss it so lightly as a hoax.
It is, Tim. Everyone knows it. So do journalists. But shock sells more than truth.
Why don't you go there and investigate it in person?
I have already told you. It is a hoax. I am not going to investigate it because there is nothing to investigate.
Yes, but still, you should take a look at what's happening there.
Tim, please. Who's the expert on these matters?
You are?
Well?
Shush, right?
Exactly.
Alright, so the Morning Herald. But he didn't even say the Morning Herald at all, did he? Let's see. Alright, let's see. See.
Do you know which newspaper the article you're looking for was published?
The Morning Herald.
Day and month?
Alright.
I'll look it up. Please wait here.
Alright.
Couldn't find anything with the information you provided. I'm sorry, sir.
Alright, I'm gonna say 1906. 1906. Alright. Morning Herald.
Oh, look it up. Please wait here.
Oh. Eureka! I told you it was 1906, BB-10. I knew it.
Did you find the news? Yes, here you go.
Darwin, this is what I was looking for. According to the article on 19th December 1906, the British Association for Supernatural Studies managed to contact Charles Darwin in a seance. For God's sake! I don't know which is worse, the deceit of the BASS or the gullibility of the Morning Herald. I'm very grateful, Mr. Fletcher. However, there is a problem. You see, I don't have the money right now to pay you for the service. But I promise.
Don't worry about it. The first service is compliments of the house.
Oh, I'm embarrassed to say this, but you've taken a load off my mind.
Subsequent services, obviously, must be paid for.
Of course, certainly.
It was a pleasure to help you.
That's because in the beginning of the very old game, it says London 1907. So the 1908 was put there to throw people off. Like you, like babies. It was put there to throw babies off. Alright, let's go and get this done with. Alright. I already know the answer to Richard Westmore's question was Charles Darwin. I no longer need this newspaper clipping. Okay, I guess I got rid of it. Mr. Westmore?
Yes?
I think I have the answer.
Really? Let's hear it.
Charles Darwin.
Oh, very good. I see you have done your homework. I must admit, this is the first time I have lost a bet. Although I made it easy on purpose. I just wanted to show you that in the BASS we achieve results. Which, by the way, is something you and Professor Ward failed to do. A promise is a promise. Wait here.
Don't cry, Jin. Don't cry. There aren't even ghosts on here yet. Charles Darwin.
Checkmate, Professor Moore.
This will teach you not to question the results of the BASS.
Wait a moment. I'm starting to see something in the mirror. Professor Moore, come here, please. Show this to Robinson. I believe he is the one at the door today. He will take you to the dressing rooms.
Thank you very much, Mr. Westmore.
Listen carefully to what I am about to tell you, Professor. I will soon leave cold England and settle in sunny California. I want my daughters, Vivian and Helen, to grow up in a different kind of environment, more in keeping with the times. Despite all the technological advances we are experiencing, old London is still stuck in the past. But what I mean is that I won't be here to defend the interests of the BASS tooth and nail. Don't be too harsh on us, Professor. We already have enough skeptics who believe these matters are just fantasies. Believe it or not, you and I are in the same boat. Will you keep that in mind, Professor Moore?
I'm sorry to say that I will continue to hold the same opinion of this institution. I cannot go against my principles. But I admit that I should be more discreet regarding the association in the future.
Oh, that is good enough for me. Give Miss Shaw my regards. Thank you again, Mr. Westmore. I'm not gonna shoot anybody, and this is not Pokemons, okay? Not Pokemons. Do you have a minute? Mr. Westmore was kind enough to give me this note. May I? Yes. All right. The show is not over yet. I'll have Clark escort you to the box seats so you can watch the last few minutes. When it's over, we will take you to Miss Shaw's dressing room. Is that all right with you, sir? It's more than all right with me. Please, go in, I'll inform Clark. You know that doorman, really.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great pleasure to share this magical evening with you. You have witnessed the possibility to cross the thin line that separates our plane of existence from the beyond. You have also been witnesses to how the dead still have much to say to those of us who remain in this world. I can only say thank you for... Wait a moment. A young man has been wounded. A war! Far from here, on another continent, he is calling for his mother. He knows he is going to die in a few minutes. He's bleeding out. Do not cry, my dear. What is your name? I can't hear you clearly. Warren? Walter? He knows his mother is here. Oh! What's your mother's name, dear? Amelia? Amelia Reinhardt? Anyone in the audience with that name? Oh my God, Walter! Please, come up to the stage. Your son wishes to be with you in this delicate moment. Amelia Reinhardt? That's me. Walter, Mom's here. Your son died in a war, didn't he? He died in the Battle of Rorke's Drift in South Africa, fighting against the Zulu Empire. He couldn't bid you farewell, but thanks to the fact that the spirit world is not bound by the same temporal rules as ours, we can remedy that. I want to say goodbye to him. Walter. Are you there, Walter? Walter? Are you still with us? Yes. Here's your mother. Do you want to say something to her, Walter? The charade must end! Who is the fool who dares to interrupt a communication with the other side? Drop the act, Miss Shaw. Your role as a medium is beyond your abilities. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from across the Atlantic, Mr. Harry Houdini, the great escapologist. A round of applause, please. I warn you, if you do not get off the stage immediately, I will lock 1,000 padlocks on your straitjacket, that straitjacket of yours, and have you thrown to the Thames. Now see if this time you manage to... Let's see if this time if you manage to survive your star act. I see you not only engage in fortune-telling, but also mesmerism. You have everyone hypnotized. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for this interruption, but you must know that this woman is deceiving you. What is happening, Miss Shaw? Ignore him, Mrs. Reinhardt. Miss Shaw is not speaking with Mrs. Reinhardt's son. She's never spoken with the dead.
And how do you know my son died in the war? You are Amelia Reinhardt, owner of one of England's most important steel empires. Everyone knows that, tragically. You lost your son in the war against the Zulu Empire. Are you getting the picture? Many of you are London society figures. Most of the information Miss Shaw has brought to light tonight is public. And what isn't? She and her team have thoroughly investigated about you beforehand, digging deep into you and your deceased loved ones to perpetuate this lamentable spectacle. Don't be deceived by the cruel tricks of this fraudster.
Walter? Yes? No, don't leave.
I know what you're trying to do, Shaw. Don't go there.
Walter says we are not taking him seriously. No, son, please. Stay with us.
Damn it, Shaw.
Walter says he has little energy left to remain in this place. Mr. Houdini's interruption has hastened the little time he can spend among us. Walter? Walt? Walter is no longer with us. I'm sorry you couldn't say goodbye to him, Mrs. Reinhardt.
Damn you, sir! Are you proud of what you have done? Because of you, I couldn't bid farewell to my deceased son. Be rational, Mrs. Reinhardt. Your son has never been in this room. You have no heart, Houdini! How can you do this to a mother? Apologize, and we'll make you apologize.
The audience is starting to get nervous, Houdini. You still have time to leave the stage.
But haven't you seen what just happened? She's used a mother's pain to emotionally manipulate you, and... Stop it already, Houdini!
These people came to see a show. If you don't leave right now, I'll punch you in the stomach. And what a show they will have.
Your attitude, you're legitimizing these scams. You ignorant bunch.
No. Jin, no. He's not a pizza maker. I'm sorry for what happened, Mrs. Reinhardt.
Can't you contact my son again?
Unfortunately, it does not work that way. You can return to your seat. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. We have traveled through remote and unexplored worlds without leaving our seats. We have heard everything that the deceased had to say. I hope you've had an evening of unimaginable sensations. And remember, the dead speak to us. We just need to pay attention. Thank you, Mayor, very much for coming. No, he is not. And this is, nobody has gifts, Jin. Nobody has gifts.
If you would be so kind to wait here, Miss Shaw will attend to you shortly.
Thank you very much. Beatrice Shaw is about to arrive. I do not have time to search the drawers without being caught. I can barely see my reflection. Everything is cluttered with fan letters and a couple of photographs of Miss Shaw with Henry Irving and Thomas Hardy. There is a note from Richard Westmore. It says, "We're making a fortune, Beatrice." For God's sake, Oliver! Didn't you know Houdini was in town?
Yes, I did. But I did not expect him to attend the show.
That scoundrel is determined to disrupt the work of mediums. He's obsessed.
It won't happen again, Beatrice. I promise.
Don't worry. Luckily, I know how to deal with these kinds of people. Breaking Jin's heart. He's breaking my wallet.
Patrick Moore. It's about time I finally met you.
Do you know who I am, Miss Shaw?
Oh, of course.
Let's dispense with formalities. Call me Beatrice.
Nelson has told me a lot about you. In fact, he never stops talking about you. Let's cut to the chase, Beatrice. Do you know where Professor Ward is? At this hour? At the university, I suppose. You should know better. No, he is not there. Well, where is he then? I was hoping you could tell me. One moment. Have I missed something? Professor Ward has absconded with a significant sum of money from a donation to the university. Nobody knows where he is. Nelson? A thief? Possible. He doesn't care about money. Why would he do such a thing? I wonder the same. I'll ask again. Do you know where I can find him? Ease your tone with me, young man. I don't know what you're insinuating, but I'm as confused by the news as you are. I'm sorry. It has been a very tough day. First, I found out my colleague is a thief. Then the board expresses its desire to shut down the Department of Metaphysical Research if I don't prove the existence of the afterlife in 72 hours. To top it off, my fiancé has broken ties with me. I've been kicked out of my own home, and all my money has been frozen in the bank. I am a nervous wreck, so permit me some vehemence. Oh, I'm so sorry. But believe me when I say I have no idea where Nelson is. You were seen with him at the Red Lion. And you thought I was his accomplice, did you? Your informant never considered that we were just two old friends having a pint at our usual haunt. The Red Lion is the perfect place for me to go unnoticed. They are too drunk to recognize me. What's your relationship with the professor? Are you lovers? No. Nelson has never shown interest in romantic relationships. I have no interest in men either. We've been lifelong friends. We grew up together in Whitby. We have hardly been apart ever since. Seriously? Well, the professor never spoke of you. We're talking about Nelson, so does it really surprise you? I admit we basically only talked about professional matters. I gave up on him talking about his personal life. Don't blame yourself. I have to be very persuasive to get him to talk about anything other than metaphysics. Nelson lives in his own world. He never wanted to be diagnosed, but I think he has early onset hebephrenia. I suppose that's why he's seen as an eccentric person. That would explain a lot. But he's the most upright and honest person I know. So all this talk of theft and flight has me baffled. Something smells fishy about this.
What is hebephrenia? What the heck is that? Now I'm starting to get congested. Oh, burn. It burns. All right, that's better. I've been reading for almost 2 hours.
With all due respect, I do not believe you have psychic powers. You are right to think that, because I do not have such powers. It is all a charade, as that buffoon Houdini pointed out. My calling is scientific, Patrick. My dream has always been to pursue science, but they wouldn't let me into university. A place exclusive to men. Everything is exclusive to men in this rotten society. I had to be self-taught, and I have become a good scientist. But damn it, I can't prove it. I find it curious that, as a scientist, you have no qualms about what you do. I take money from those who's hindered my professional career. I have managed to amass a fortune at their expense. As far as I am concerned, I have a clear conscience. I'm worried about Nelson. He must have been coerced into doing what he did. It's not like him. I refuse to believe it. Do you have any clues as to where we can find him? No. Every lead I followed regarding his whereabouts had led me to you. Oh. Have you checked if he is in his workshop? What workshop? He never told you about it, I see. Does he have a secret workshop? Secret wouldn't be the word. He would simply forget to mention it. You know how he is. Like a box of surprises, indeed. Nelson wanted me to have a spare key to the place. I have it stored in that drawer. Will you come with me? Don't you have a function next? My best friend has gone missing. The last thing I care about is entertaining a bunch of rich folks. So let's go and not waste any time. All right, I guess we're going. Going to a new place. You look tired. Why don't you take a nap? I'll let you know when we are about to arrive. I am all right, not to worry. I won't insist. Okay? I hate London. Its streets, its people, its repressive morality. The only good thing about the city is Nelson, although he's from Whitby. I guess that doesn't count. What's your story, Patrick? Excuse me? Both you and the professor are obsessed with finding out what lies beyond death. An admirable passion. Both of you would give anything to know the truth. So tell me, where does this interest come from? I saw a ghost when I was a child. Interesting. It was my little brother. He died of polio when I was 9 years old. Oh, I'm so sorry, Patrick. I can't imagine how hard it must have been for you. It was Beatrice. It was. It happened on the night of his funeral. I heard footsteps in the hallway that startled me. They were heading towards the room Cedric and I shared. At first, I thought those steps belonged to one of my parents. But it didn't sound like their walk. It sounded like Cedric's walk. Polio had deformed his right leg. His gait was distinctive. I jumped out of bed, opened the door to the hallway, and it was him. His face was contorted in a perpetual grimace of agony and pain. He was bumping into walls with violence. He was banging his head against the door frames as if something was eating him up inside. He was trying to get rid of the pain. It must have been terrible. So horrible that I couldn't bear it, and I fainted. I never told my parents. Would they have believed me? I doubt it. Neither did I want to cause them any more pain than they were already enduring. But what I saw was real. It was not a hallucination or a dream. There's no one in the world who can convince me otherwise. For years I have been obsessed not only with the fact that we can see the immaterial world, but also with what is happening to these poor souls. I don't buy into those benevolent stories of ghosts appearing to their loved ones to bid farewell. What I usually do in my show, yes. Pure fantasy. I'm with you. If we go back to ancient times, the figure of the ghost has always caused terror. Ghosts have been feared since the dawn of time. Why are they used in literature as a chilling element? Why does the word itself have that terrifying connotation? They are our loved ones, right? It should be cause for celebration and hope that they visit us after death, and that we can contact them. As with visions of angels or virgins, no one was scared of the apparitions at Lourdes in 1858. Exactly. Cedric's appearance was of a different nature. It conveyed anger, pain, aggressiveness. It was the very embodiment of terror. Something happens to us when we pass to the other side. I want to know what it is. I can't bear the thought of my little brother who suffered in life, also suffering in death. He doesn't deserve it. No one deserves to end up like that. Most religions assure us that eternal peace awaits us after death. Rubbish. They're wrong. You want to hear my story? Of course, go ahead.
Nelson and I witnessed a similar apparition when we were children. It was at St. Mary's Church in Whitby. There were rumors that strange noises were heard in the church some nights. The parish priest denied it, but everyone knew something was happening there. The village elders talked about the ghost of a former prior who roamed the church at night. We have always been passionate about these issues, and like the good rascals we were, we snuck into the church one night hoping to see a ghost. Childhood fantasies, you know. We sat on one of the benches closest to the exit just in case. We were there in the dark for over 3 hours with nothing happening. But suddenly, we saw the benches near the altar starting to move on their own. A dark silhouette materialized and began pushing the benches with violence while approaching us. We heard its voice. We couldn't interpret what it was saying. Its tone denoted anger. That scared us more than its mere presence. I don't know how we overcame the fear, but we managed to get out of there. That same night, we promised to dedicate our lives to studying these phenomena. Did you become a researcher? Oh, yes. Most of my life has been dedicated to research with Nelson. But we didn't succeed. Nelson had support as a forensic scientist and later as a professor at the university. He could afford something as basic as living. I needed money. Research in this field was a guarantee of starving to death. We weren't achieving great results either. So I put aside the investigations and became Beatrice Shaw, the great medium. Nelson didn't take it very well, although he never stopped informing me of all his progress. The last night we met at the Red Lion, he told me he had found an ideal place to investigate. Number 34 Benwell Street. Yes, I have been there. I managed to contact an entity. Are you serious? Nelson was right. We have to go back there and conduct a thorough investigation. Those idiots who want to shut down the department will have no choice but to eat their words. Oh, we are arriving. Hopefully we will find Nelson sleeping soundly in the workshop, unaware of all that's happening. This game reminds you of an English haunting. No, I'm not restarting. Professor? There seems to be no one here. Let me try. Nelson, you fool! Open this blasted door! All of London is looking for you. I'll open it. He's not here. We should search the laboratory. Maybe there is something that will give us a clue to his whereabouts. Good idea. I think the light switch is nearby. Where? Ah, here it is. Let there be light. Let's turn this place upside down. Nelson doesn't have nothing. He's probably dead. This box is full of technical drawings. I'll take a closer look. Oh? It can't be. Beatrice. What have you found? Come, take a look at this. Is this what I think it is? The Box of Revelations. Nelson couldn't stop talking about it. High-tech machinery that can reveal the hidden.
A real-time viewer of the beyond. A fantasy. We theorized a lot about this device, but we gave up when we assumed it was impossible to build it with existing technology. However, from what I see, yes, it seems the professor found the key. If we connect... Oh my god. Of course! It could work! Take a close look at this document. I read, designed by Professor Nelson Ward and Professor Patrick Moore. Yes, the core part of this machine is based on my electromagnetic wave booster. Thanks to it, I've been able to contact Thomas Highmore at the old Benwell Street house. There are several names associated with parts of the machine. Let's take a look.
Why? Why are you shining, Jen?
One of the pieces would fit into a side spring. Eugene Wood. Does that name ring a bell? He's a renowned photographer specializing in post-mortem images. Mourning portraits. Photographs of the deceased for their family's remembrance. I find it a distasteful practice. I hope they do not photograph me like that when I die. In fact, I have stated in my will that I want to be cremated and emptied down some drain. I hope my last will is fulfilled. I think that piece is a photographic plate. One of the functions of the Box of Revelations is to visually record the surroundings.
It's a camcorder.
That tube is meant to contain ectoplasm, correct? You're right. Since ectoplasm is the materialization of certain elements from the beyond, we have theorized that if treated and enhanced, it could be a strong conduit for displaying that invisible reality. But Florence Cook? She's an even more fraudulent medium than you, if I may be so bold. Florence Cook would manifest an entity called Katie King through her body. And yes, it was proven to be a fraud. And the professor knew it. That's why I'm concerned about trusting the collection of ectoplasm to Florence Cook.
No, what's that? Whatever. Maybe it's like a pair. You know what? I don't even care. Camcorder, Polaroid, whatever.
This here, it's a geometric figure. This space is intended for the machine's generator. For the Box of Revelations to be autonomous, we needed a significant power. We conducted several tests synthesizing and miniaturizing the various generators. We were unsuccessful. It was one of the reasons we couldn't carry out a prototype. However, it seems that Nelson found an alternative. There's no doubt about it. But I don't know what that figure could be. Professor Silas Bennett. Who are we talking about? Silas Bennett is a reputable yet eccentric archaeologist. He spends much of his time searching for artifacts out of time and space. This has led to a rather dubious reputation. Artifacts out of place and time? Ooparts. That's what they call them. It's an acronym for out-of-place artifact. Fascinating. The Box of Revelations is a reality. It can be made. With those 3 missing pieces and relying on the professor's judgment, yes. Do you know what this means, dear friend? Thanks to you, you'll be able to prove to those skeptics on the board that you were right. What am I saying? To those skeptics? To the whole world! Come with me. This device caught my attention, but I didn't know what it was until I saw the plan for the Box of Revelations. Yes, indeed. It appears to be a prototype of sorts. Let's see what you think of my proposal. I've noticed some missing adjustments and some elements that could be improved. I could take care of that while you get the missing pieces. But what about the professor? Should we suspend our search? We're at a dead end. We can waste time wandering around London, or we can save your department at the university. We'll worry about Nelson later. Something tells me he will show up eventually. Well, what do you say? If the machine works, we can try it at Benwell Street. So count on it. Excellent. Let's recap. We need an ectoplasm sample. Nelson pinned his hopes on Florence Cook. I have doubts about this matter. It's well known that Florence Cook was a fraud. It's also well known that Nelson is the most skeptical investigator in all of London, or England. Trust him. Nelson must know something we don't. All right, where can we find Florence Cook nowadays? She's still conducting spiritualist sessions. She has her cabinet on Larkall Lane. I'll head there. Professor Silas Bennett is the key to making the machine autonomous. An archaeologist, not an engineer. I wonder how he can help us. We'll have to ask him. Do you know where we can locate him? Yes, he has an office at the London Archaeological Society. Oh man, lots of places to go. And last but not least, we have Eugene Wood, a photographer. Machine can photographically record its surroundings, and that compartment in it seems intended for a photographic plate. But not just any photographic plate. If it were, Nelson wouldn't have trouble finding one. I'll pay Bennett a visit and we'll find out.
Whatever! Photographic plate, whatever.
Very well, Professor Moore. Pay a visit to those people. Meanwhile, I'll work on the machine adjustments. Bring me the pieces as you acquire them. There is no time to waste. Let's get to it.
Drop the gift. No, I'm not drop. Look at you're making me do. You're making me beat up my poor desk.
I should let Beatrice work. She knows what she's doing. Professor Ward's famous casuistic archive. He used to have it in his office, apparently. He moved it here recently. I've spent a lot of time reading its files over and over. Hold a minute. I think he updated it with 4 new cases. They seem interesting, but I'm not sure if it's a good time to read them.
Ooh.
Case of the Haunted Attic. Mrs. M is a humble flower seller from a convent garden struggling to support her family, including 3 children and a husband unable to find work. Just a week ago, their greedy landlord raised the rent to an unaffordable amount. Man, this font's not great. The family of 5 had to move to a small, dilapidated house on Cavell Street, previously occupied by an elderly couple who's passed away a week before Mrs. M arrived. During their first nights in the new place, they heard 3 metallic knocks coming from the attic. Mr. M investigated, but couldn't find the source of the sounds. Frightened, they sought my services to explain the strange occurrence. That same night, I went to their home and waited downstairs for the knocks to happen again. As expected, 3 metallic knocks echoed from the attic floor. I went up, accompanied by a terrified Mr. M, but found nothing there. However, 3 large boxes stacked in a corner caught my attention. When I shone my lamp behind them, I was shocked to see a sight that will haunt me forever. A man around 40 years old, emaciated, chained to the wall by his ankles, devoid of tongue, eyes, and ears, surrounded by filth. Despite his condition, he somehow sensed my presence and struck the floor with a plate 3 times. Neighbors later identified this unfortunate soul as the son of an elderly couple unseen since he was 15. It seems he had been living in that attic in such a deplorable state all these years. The reason for his horrific punishment by his own parents remains a mystery. But there is one thing I know for sure. The living are more to be feared than the dead. That's pretty disturbing, but I'm not going to read through all of these. I'm sure I'll have to read through them at a later date. This shelf is full of tools, but I don't see anything that could help me.
Alright, so workbench. Oh, I don't know. I don't need to mess with it. Alright, what's this? It looks like a high-powered electric generator. Why would the professor need such wattage? Because it's a containment. It's an ectoplasm containment. Whatever. It's where they go put the ghosts.